This free step-by-step video comes to you directly from Haynes. You can complete more than 200 jobs on this vehicle when you purchase the complete Haynes online manual at haynes.com.
Lift the badge on the radiator grille, insert the key and rotate it anti-clockwise to release the bonnet. Lift the bonnet slightly and then rotate the key clockwise to release the safety catch. Open the bonnet and remove the key. Pull out the engine oil level dipstick, then pull up and remove the plastic cover from the top of the engine. Slacken the nut and disconnect the negative lead clamp from the battery. Working at the rear of the engine, slacken the alternator upper mounting bolt. Chock the left-hand rear wheel. Remove the centre cap and slacken the right-hand front wheel bolts. Position the jack head under the reinforced section of the sill, then raise the front of the vehicle and support it securely with an axle stand under the front subframe rear mounting. Fully unscrew the nuts and remove the wheel. Undo the various fasteners and remove the splash shield from the wheel arch liner. Undo the fasteners and remove the plastic shield under the engine. If the drive belt is to be refitted, mark it so that it can be installed the same way round. Rotate the tensioner pulley clockwise to release its pressure on the drive belt. Depending on model and equipment, the tensioner will have a hex fitting for a spanner or socket, or two square holes into which a special tool can be fitted, available from Ford or a good tool supplier. Slip the belt from the pulleys, noting how it's routed, then release the tensioner. Undo the 4 nuts, 2 above and 2 below, then remove the air duct from the rear of the alternator. Remove the nut and washer, disconnect the main wiring lead from the alternator, then depress the clip and disconnect the wiring plug. Unscrew the alternator lower mounting nuts, then use a Torx socket to remove the mounting studs. Remove the upper mounting bolt and move the alternator to one side. In order to release the drive belt, the alternator support bracket and tensioner assembly must be removed. Undo the 3 bolts and move the support bracket, complete with tensioner, to one side. Disengage the drive belt from the tensioner and withdraw it from the wheel arch. Slacken the nut securing the track rod end to the steering knuckle arm. Don't fully remove the nut at this stage, as it will protect the ball joint threads. If necessary, use an Allen key to hold the ball joint shaft. Using a ball joint separator tool, release the ball joint from the steering arm. If the ball joint is to be reused, take care not to damage the dust cover when using the separator tool. Fully unscrew the nut and disconnect the track rod end from the arm. Discard the nut as a new one must be used on refitting. Manoeuvre the alternator out through the right-hand wheel arch. Manoeuvre the alternator through the aperture in the right-hand wheel arch and lay it temporarily on the right-hand drive shaft. Refit the track rod end to the steering knuckle arm. Fit the new nut. and tighten it to the specified torque. If necessary, hold the ball joint shaft with an Allen key. Note the routing of the drive belt around the various pulleys. If the original drive belt is being refitted, observe the markings made on removal. Manoeuvre the belt into position, then refit the support bracket and tensioner assembly. Tighten the retaining bolts to their specified torque. Position the alternator, then refit the lower mounting studs and tighten them to the specified torque. Refit the lower mounting nuts, but don't tighten them at this stage. Note the location of the wiring loom bracket, then refit the upper mounting bolt and tighten it to the specified torque. Now fully tighten the lower mounting nuts to their specified torque. Press the alternator wiring plug into place, reconnect the main wiring lead and secure it with the washer and nut. Refit the cooling duct to the rear of the alternator and tighten the retaining nuts securely. Move the tensioner clockwise, then fit the belt around the pulleys, ensuring it's correctly located in the pulley grooves, and release the tensioner. Refit the splash shield and secure it with the fasteners. Manoeuvre the engine undershield into place and secure it. Refit the road wheel and lightly tighten the retaining nuts. Remove the axle stand and lower the vehicle to the ground. Tighten the road wheel nuts to the specified torque. Refit the wheel centre cap. Reconnect the battery negative lead clamp and tighten the nut securely. Manoeuvre the engine cover into place and press it down firmly onto its mountings. Insert the engine oil level dipstick. Lower the bonnet firmly to engage the lock. Fold over the badge.